Water is really struggling, though. It's putting up a solid fight. There we are. The iron, and especially the steel smelter, will add stupid amounts of extra heat into this. So we should be okay. Well, that being said, yeah, it bleeds that off into the steam itself pretty quickly, so the water down here doesn't get the conversion in quite the same way. Still, it's all running alright. There we go. And wow, did that work quickly. Alright. Oh, I can take this up a lot more. Well, I tend to use it like 4... Let's take it up to 4,000. There we are. That's a bit better. I'll set that one up as well, for the same reason. There we go. We are going to lack the coal, but no, that's not too bad. How much coal do we have in here? Oh, we've got 116 kilos of coal in there. That's not bad. Should be fine with ceramic then. I can get back to building without much concern. Increase the priority a bit. Oh. Ah! Oh! Oxygen not included. Did not do a happy there. Oof. I thought it was about to break. Yeah, it's a very, very hot coolant in that room. But as long as it's cooler than the other stuff going on in there, it should be alright. But yeah, in general, super hot coolant. Okay, it finally stopped. It's going to continue to heat up a little bit over time. Alright, I'm going to set this one up to engage if the temperature is above 135, and then it'll drop. Basically, this is going to run a little bit here and there. It's going to be running pretty actively for a while. I'm not going to get the most bang for buck out of it, but it's not like I'm NG tuning it. So I don't think it really matters too much. Because with the NG tune-up, I'm using precious metal to make microchips, and duplicate labor time to tune up the engine. Now, with infinite copper, that's not so much of a problem. But it does take a long while to tune these up. So I do kind of want to make sure I get the most bang for buck out of them when they're running. What's the temperature over here? Yeah, it's doing quite a good job, actually. Quite a good job. Now we're just waiting for more coolant to fill the pipes. A bunch of steel was just made. Dumping that heat back in down here. That'll start flashing in a moment. Or not. It should do, though. Now, that being said, we are getting quite a lot of heat into this room. But it's going to shut down before long. And then we're going to lose an awful lot of the energy that we're getting around here. Okay, we have finished the copper room, finally. Right, let's get this made. Very high priority, please. Alright, is there anything in there I need to sweep out before I do that? Is there anything else I need to pull up? No. Okay, good. We will add this in down here. Add in another window tile. But it is slowly spreading this out. But I am worrying that part of that heat is coming from the conveyor bridge. The conveyor bridge is heating up. No. Conveyor bridge is heating up. Yeah, it's because it's touching that tile. So that's why we're not getting that area cooled down. Alright. Well, it's a simple fix. I can put these in there. Something like that. Make it symmetrical for the sake of it. But that will prevent that heat transfer at least. But that's why we haven't been able to cool this down. It's simply because we're dragging heat out of the metal tiles up here into this area. Glad we worked it out, though. Let's make sure that's done as a priority. Yeah. Conveyor bridge is slowly getting warmer. This area is no longer needed. We can get rid of that. I mean, eventually I want to get up there and pull all that down, but we can do that from this side. Make sure that it's not being done on a priority 8. New principles. Well, we got... Oh, glass. Won't say no to that. Hey, a nightly profit. Oh, an Aavak stream again. What did we do to deserve such a treat? Resubbed. Thank you very much for the 27 months, mate. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Who knew literally tossing a coin to your streamer would work? Let's pop that one in there. There we go. The conveyor bridge is instantly dropping in temperature. All this time. Mind you, I kind of had a funny feeling that might be the case. But yeah, the conveyor bridge itself now is cooling down. We were basically cooling the steam room. Thank goodness we actually realized that before we activated it, because once this was at several hundred degrees, that was going to be a problem for us to fix. A big problem. That being said, I could have, of course, just left a 2-window gap there so that it wasn't sinking that heat. But I still think this is probably a better solution overall. So how does this system all work again? Well, it functions based on the idea that we're going to have hot regolith entering the system, cycling through this room, dumping all of that heat into steam. Once it's colder than 150 degrees, it gets dumped into this area where it's going to rapidly lose its temperature as it's moving through this cooled medium, because it's being managed by the coolant loop that also cools the the steam turbines themselves. And then once that regolith is a very, very comfortable 20 degrees, it gets dropped out here, where it will eventually then be fed to shovels automatically. So why are the diamond windows and metal tiles being alternated rather than just doing all diamond windows? I just like the look of it, honestly. That's really it. It's purely aesthetic. Purely aesthetic. Nothing more complex than that. But there we go. We are pretty much ready to go. Once I've got the insulation on that side built, I'm just going to hook up the conveyor rail and the system will start working. I can finish this slowly. I don't need to rush with that one. There we are. Where are you going to go? Good. You went in the right direction. I was a little bit worried that that might have gone the wrong way for me there, but no, we seem to be okay. Would pure diamond window be more efficient? Yes, it absolutely would. It would be more efficient, but it's not by an enormous amount. It's 20. It's got 20 better thermal conductivity and 0.2 better specific or higher specific heat capacity. These will actually change temperature faster, which isn't necessarily a bad thing in this use. But the diamond window tiles would be able to move temperature faster. Like the temperature would be able to, energy would be able to move into or out of them faster, but you'd need a little bit more to work with that. These are not steel, this is copper. And the reason why I'm using copper for this, not steel, is simply that I've got a copper volcano. But steel is better than diamond. As far as I'm aware, in terms of its steel tiles have a much higher transfer rate. So diamond has 80, steel has... Let's hop over. Have to autosave. Oh, actually, no. That's a lie. Steel has only 54 versus the 80 of diamond. So copper's actually more conductive. Makes sense. How's the volcano now? The volcano's doing alright. Unless you mean the other one, in which case I will go and have a quick check for you. $137. Pulling energy out of the copper as fast as we can. But it is building up. Got a chunk of very hot copper there. Oof, I apologize for the fallacy. Oh, no worries at all. The game is constantly rebalancing, and well, I mean, with the elements, they've typically just taken actual values, and you know that is as it is. But still, it's very easy to misremember something like that. I did. Tunk. There we go. Let's get all of that done. All right, we're starting to make some really serious progress now. I am extremely happy by this. Getting all of that out of the way is going to be a pain in the bum, but we will rise to the occasion. Actually, I should put it there instead. To go along with the 3-gap theme. Well, it's not so much a theme, but it's just a way of doing things. Right, okay, so finally, let's get that hooked up. And may we see this room produce some power. Let us hope. We'll come up there in a moment and check in again. Alright, we've got all of that set up. Very nice indeed. Still have to remove the automation wire, and I would actually like them to do that fairly quickly. So let's give them a focus on that one. Temperature's already risen by 11 degrees over the point where it would have stopped working in there. We have now converted all of our clay. We are going to need a new source of clay. Thankfully, we do have quite a lot of these dotted around, and they do create clay for us, but maybe I should get a few more. Or a much larger pool of water available. Fairly certain that these produce polluted dirt when they're done. So let's go ahead and pop in that right there. Well, actually, we'll deconstruct this one just so that we've got the same pattern going. That is an awful lot of polluted dirt that's just sat there. Yeah, that room actually seems to be doing okay. Oh, did I put that one too far? Yes, I did. My bad. There we go. Right, so once that's built, I can start looking to set up the devices in this room. Let's go and have a quick look and do our science experiment up here. Right, I want to create this at a priority 9, all sweep only. And just grab a couple of things. Hey, Aavak, thank you very much for the 29 months, mate. How you doing? Aavak, for those who aren't aware, is one of the premier Oxygen Not-Included streamers. So if you're enjoying the game, then please do consider dropping them a follow. Right about there. I was playing Crusader Kings 3 last. How are you finding it, Aavak? But okay, we now understand that the bottom of this can be reached. So now I need to take this down. And for the time being, I'll just disable that. Swap it around. And find out how that's going to work. Hello, Raiders. Thank you very much for the raid there, Aavak. That was very kind of you, mate. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Hey, Aavak, how's Eugenics Simulator 2020? I mean, knowing you're not wrong, that is basically Crusader Kings, yes. That is basically correct. Right, so let's get this swapped about and see how it be. I'm making it out of steel because why not when you got this much? Yeah, Aavak, you're not wrong. Not even a little. Pretty much. Pretty much. What update is this? Well, the build is right there. 420700. As far as updates go, it's the latest one. Or at least Steam didn't prompt me to update it any further, so, you know, it's the latest one according to Steam. If there are other sources of information on this subject, I could not tell you what they would say. Okay, so we've already dumped a bunch of hopefully heat in there. Yes, we have. Time to get back to Grabbing all of the regolith again. Really? I'm finally ready to test it out, and you're like, ah, you wretch. You know what? Sure, sweep that. Also, sweep this. Also, don't sweep it all the way down here, please. So I just realized what I've asked you to do, and I've been dumb. Oh no, actually I turned her off. Never mind, never mind. We're good. We're fine. Hatchling eggs, sure. Some more omelets. Won't say no to hatchling eggs. Let's see. I've eaten my enemies, killed my children and sisters for having kids out of wedlock, and had my king drink himself to death years after getting on the throne. Shy is not a good trait for the king, and I need to breed it out of my dynasty. Funnily enough, except for the shy trait, that sounded pretty much like Anout and my last run. 8 children to de-stress. Killed several of my brothers. Also attempted to kill several of my brothers. Attempted to kill my nephews. And drank myself to death. So yeah. You've been able to hold Ireland for a while, working on Wales. At 6 or 7 counties needed to claim kingdom. Nice. Very well done. Are you starting with the beginning scenario, I guess? You described it as? You know what? Don't worry about that. We'll get there. In fact, don't worry about that side as well. We'll get there. How hot must that regolith be? Okay. Should cool down. 4. 20.1. Okay, it'll cool down in a moment. I could also set this one to cool down the polluted water even further. You know what? Sure, let's do that. Start with the tutorial scenario, yeah. This is your first Crusader Kings. Ah, wonderful. Very much like me then. Learning it as you go. It's an amazing story generator, to be fair. There we go. Go ahead and sweep that. A fairly high priority. Same with this one. Get all of this swept, please. Sweep it all. Don't get hit by meteors while sweeping it. That's all I ask. Don't get eaten by the autosave feature. Also something that I ask. Oh, the poor shovels. Watching the food they so desperately want, just leaving. Alas. And this shouldn't be losing much, if any, temperature, other than to maybe the conveyor rails, but I'm not sure if it does. And once it gets down here, though, we're going to see something very different occur. And donk. There we go. Shedding off that heat there. Whilst the heat is exiting this area. Still actually 78 degrees, that's not bad. It's going to get dumped at this point, though, because that is well below 150. There we are. There we go. It's about to start exiting, and it goes into the cooling block. And we are running out of power. Much sadness. Those autosaves are frightening. Yeah, I know, right? They are starting to worry me as well a little bit. Not gonna lie. Wow, have we really managed to drop that much heat? Oh, wow. We actually have. That is impressive. And no mistake. Very impressive, in fact. Fresh, roasty, toasty conveyor rails. Good times. Its cooling block is doing rather well for itself now. Have a look at the liquid. 7.9. Entering at 5. Okay, fair enough. That should be fine. We're probably not going to need a lot of cooling anymore. Now, that being said, yeah, it's actually leaving at 11.5. It is picking up a decent bit of heat energy in there. There we are. And we have 9 tons of regolith. And it's actually, the regolith is probably heating up after it leaves my cooling block. Yes, it is. It most definitely is. That amuses me. I'm chilling it more than the area that I'm going to be dropping it into. But eventually, that's going to make sense. It will eventually be worth the effort that we're putting into it. Go ahead and strip this area down. Punk. Don't need that anymore. What's the temperature? 79.5. We'll get there. Yeah, that actually does amuse me greatly. This looks like a nuclear plant. I mean, I take that as a massive compliment. Thank you. It's going to take us a little while to get this up to the point where it's going to be worth turning on the steam engines, but we'll get there. How are we doing down here? Let's have a look at you. Got another 31 cycles of natural gas. It's fine. Got a lot of stuff in there, but let's go and see. Is our for science ready? New. I need to... Oh, wait, no. I need to turn this on to accept. Soup only, all. Can you load it? No. It cannot. Okay, for science completed. We now know. So it has to be the rear of the conveyor loader. Also, how's everyone doing in here? What's the temperature in here? Let's have a quick check. 28 degrees. It is actually cloudy. Wow. I am somewhat impressed with the fact that that is happening. Have a look at the liquid moving through. 28 degrees. Why? Oh, that's coming in at 60. So leaving at 32. We're going to need to check out the temp coming up. It's 25 degrees coming up from... Ooh, that's not good. It's going down here. 1.5, 1.6. Oh, it's merging the temperatures. Can't fit it in here, so... mean, it's not necessarily the worst thing in the universe, but I don't think there's going to be an easy way of solving that, so I could just remove this. That will get our coolant working again. To spec. Bobo Drac, thank you very much for the 7 months, mate. Diolch yn fawr. Alright, let's have a look then. Now that we know that we need it to be the back, this definitely needs to be steel. Punk. Punk. Actually, honestly, it doesn't matter. Yep, no, this is going to be fine. Let's pop in the conveyor loader. I mean, it was good to know, regardless, but guess we didn't need it. Tunk. Now, to run all of that, we're going to just need a couple of cables. Are we making that one out of steel? Yes, we are. So that's going to pull 120. This is going to pull 120. So, yeah, that's fine. A single wire will be able to handle that. Just because it's going to be in a crazy hot room, I'm going to make it out of steel. At least up to that section. Then we'll just use copper ore after that.